Hello everybody, welcome back. So let's make a video about Atom this morning. Well, I suppose it isn't this morning. It's almost 11 o'clock. But yeah, I'm away at the moment, so I'm using my rubbish laptop. So let's get started then, shall we? So Atom, it's currently 4 hourly, trading 50 million in the last 24 hours. Not too bad. We'll start on the daily, where the daily's actually looking quite good here. So the consolidation is still in play. Think about this. It's a symmetrical triangle if you really want to get picky about it, with the support roughly around the Bollinger Band center. So we're getting quite close to the apex of this. So we want to see this resolve really, to be honest, today. You'd like to see a breakout, and the breakout's going to be above this trend line. So really want to see a breakout above 1170 for continuation. The first level, based on the daily anyway, is the last candle body high, which is only around 12. But you extend the target, zooming out on my rubbish laptop. We've got hit points, which is again just around 12, 1280, and then obviously the giant descending triangle formation, which broke out, accumulated, and ricocheted above, and that is roughly around 15. Now, if we take it to a 3-day, you can also see the power on this move if it were to take place, and you can extend to the higher targets. So again, the main targets being up towards 15, just above 15. But the next one above there is this giant trend line. Now, the reason this might start to get like pretty aggressive is because of a few things. So starting off on the 3-day, we're currently trying to build a base above the last moving average of significance, basically this 200 exponential moving average on a 3-day. We've also got a pump signal that's generated not too far away from this current price action around 1110. So the pump signal above all major moving averages on the 3-day with the pump signal should carry it, at least to the target of 15, if not higher. That's not it. There is more. We're clear above the 0 point. No bearish divergence. A little bit of bearish divergence on the 3-day money flow index, but that's not too much of a big problem there. The weekly, we're crossing up above the 0 point for the first time now. Probably by Monday we'll have a clear closure above that with both moving averages of the MACD. That's good. But there's more. There is more. The next is the Bitcoin pair. So the Bitcoin pairs, we don't often look at these. They're usually trading at quite small volume. This isn't too bad, all things considered. We've seen a lot lower than that for quite a long period of time. So this is brewing a much bigger move, and this is obviously starting on a weekly, so this could carry on for months. But if you were to think about where to put your money, I suppose if you had the choice at this point now between Bitcoin and Atom, and this probably goes for a lot of altcoins, it would make more sense to put it in Atom. To be honest, it does feel like that is you're going to get a lot more back, and that sounds obvious to a lot of people. You think, oh well, obviously altcoins are going to outperform Bitcoin. It's usually the way it is. They're more volatile. Sometimes they don't move at all. But when all is done and dusted towards the end of the cycle, yeah, of course you would expect altcoins to do a lot more. Now, at the moment, we're still struggling with that Bollinger Band center on this weekly. We'd like to see another closure above it. That's currently sitting here at 2,578 sats. The Bollinger Band top is just below 3,000 sats. And then we've got to reclaim this area around here at 4,000 sats. This is the area that was lost. And that would be a big deal for it. And that's also a major resistance. It would also be a death cross retest. So I'm thinking that we probably will come up there, probably sooner rather than later, based on what we're looking at the moment. Maybe over a couple of months we'll see that, and then only expect to see a rejection from there. But if you do reclaim that, and that does get reclaimed, then things get significant in all these areas. New all-time highs on this Satoshi pair would be realistic. And so obviously we're looking for really really big moves. If you had $1,000, you're going to put it into Bitcoin or Atom. You're probably better off putting it in on Atom. And again, with a view for a long-term position. Let's take it to a daily on the Bitcoin pair, see what's brewing over here. So nothing more than a death cross retest earlier on, a couple of weeks ago now, and since then we've not really revisited it. But it's actually not that bad either, because we're above most moving averages on the shorter term time frames. Only higher term time frames moving averages which are the problem, and that reaches a rejection point of around 2,880 sats, which again looks like it's feasible in the short term. Where the MACD is above the 0 point, no positive histogram ticks on that yet, but there will likely be something like this soon, if not by the end of the day. With its current movement. 4 hourly then, just to have a deeper dive. So nothing particularly interesting on this 4 hourly. You could argue this is still a consolidation, possibly breaking out. It's a bit messy. We had the golden cross. We sort of retested it, broke down below it. It's kind of a bit too much really to try and look at this in any particular light. It could get rejected at any minute really. What we'd really want to look for would be higher price on sats. So a breakout with price action taking us close to or at least to that 2,800, which is again the death cross retest on that daily there, and wait for the pump signal to be generated over here on the 4 hourly itchy cloud. Momentum's good, no bearish divergence, no nothing like that. In fact, it is going from strength to strength from a momentum perspective. So I do like the look of it. I think it's quite good, and I'm a big atom holder anyway. Like I hold a lot of this. It's one of the biggest positions I've got in any altcoin or any altcoin that I've bought this year anyway. There's only been a handful that I've really bought tons of, and this being one of them. I mean, I could let you into a little secret. Anything that the SEC decided to screw over, I felt like is a decent buy, to be honest. I stand by that. I always joke about it on the Patreon. That you know, it just seems silly that they decided to only go for the coins with serious utility. If you want to go, if you've got a problem with crypto, I can understand that. It's full of scams and rug pulls and all kinds. But why target the most legitimate of all the projects? Why would you do that? Is that because you like them? You always hurt the one you love, is what they say, isn't it? I think that's the SEC are doing. Anyway, so I am bullish on this on the long term, big time actually. But yeah, short term time frames don't look too bad. And again, sats with a view to hit that 2,800, and with the current outlook of how the tether pair looks, we're more or less going to make a new local high on this with an idea to be rejected around the $12.70 area, and then most likely see an extension towards 15 to 15 and a half. And if it has the power from that point forward, which it might do, given that what we've looked at on the itchy with the Bitcoin pair, then yeah, we can extend these targets. So we might be looking for something along the lines of maybe an 80% move before this one's finished with this particular portion of its run. Anyway, I'll leave it with you there. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you have a nice evening and a good Christmas. Take it easy.